What are we looking at today?
Massive bot diff.
Okay.
It became unplayable after mid game.
Remember why you decided to pass up this game?
I want to play for my Morde because they had Tarek Veigar so much easy for bot lane. I decided I don't want that.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
wanted to play for my mid.
I think normally the reason why I asked is because top just seems a bit, how do you say, ungankable. Just because Garen just presses Q and then runs away. It's not that bot's easy to gank per se, but I think that at least bot you have some sort of CC. You have like Swainy, right? Well, top lane you kind of have nothing. I guess you weren't casual, you could say, but yeah, I think it's fine. I think because top is double ignite, I think it's fine. If they had like TPs, I'd probably pat down personally.
Yeah. Also decided I was getting more of Fed Garen than Fed bot, but I guess that was the wrong
I mean, obviously
decision in the end.
it's not like you're able to gank bot. So far, top and bot have and mid, all three lanes have tied already, so it's gonna be a rough game. I mean, they're killing him. Nice. Get crab. Base. I think you just complete this base here. I think you're. Looks like you're thinking about diving, but it's kind of pointless.
No,
I want to be in time
I
for
don't.
Grump.
I didn't want to dive. I knew Jax was bot, so I waited here because I knew Wally was probably gonna get ganked, or he was gonna pat top. So I did waste a little bit of time here, but we did get
Wait, wait, wait. Sorry.
ending up getting a kill.
Say again. You thought Jax was bot because he just did bot grab, so you thought he's gonna get
Yeah,
ganked. Yeah, but you're walking left. Like if you were worried about getting ganked, you wouldn't lock left. You'd stay right to counter gank, right? Because you
I
going
was just
here.
pacing. I was nervous. I was just pacing, not exactly wanted to go around
Okay.
or anything, just pacing.
Yeah.
So Jax, he's
Yeah.
trying to go top.
And he cleared down, so he's running to his respawning grump. Looks like, or top grab. And he walks in, dies. I think this is bad. You should just instant reset. You should be like really happy with this. You have anything you want. I think if you're going Axiom first, you have Brutalizer plus Longsword, or you have Brutalizer plus free boots. If you don't have free boots, there's no reason to stay for this. It doesn't give you
I
anything.
wanted to get these camps on cooldown, reset, and go for
Oh,
my top side
you're
then.
going Eclipse? Okay. Nah, it's just bad. If you are going Eclipse, then you're literally just gonna build. How much gold do you have? You're gonna have. You can literally build pickaxe plus longsword plus boots, right? This is just I think you bad to select this because you have to send. If we did a stopwatch right now it's I always love this analogy or explanation. If you right now it's 4:10 in game. If we did a stopwatch right now, um how long it takes you to do right now, stand map and do walk to Gromp, then do Gromp, then walk to Wolves, then do Wolves, then base, and then we did a second stopwatch, and we timed it, let's say it's 30 seconds, and then we did a second stopwatch where you just base right now immediately, and then run to Gromp, and then Gromp Wolves. They're gonna be basically the same. This might be 5 seconds longer, 35 seconds, but the difference is obviously after you do Wolves, you can stay on the map and do Raptors or Gank or whatever. Well, this one you have to base, right? Um,
Mm.
so it's just way worse. The only time you'd ever do this is if you're like really close. Like for example, let's say you really want to base on Brutalizer and you have 1250, right? And you're like, damn, I really need one more camp for Brutalizer. Then you can make an argument like, okay, well, maybe it's worth it because it's such a big item spike. But in this case, any item spike you want, you have. If you could have Warhammer plus Longsword plus boots, you could have Pickaxe Longsword boots, you could have Brutalizer plus boots. You literally have anything you'd ever want. So there is no excuse. It's literally
Yeah.
faster because we do the math like you could literally base instantly here. Right now it's 404. Say base here for 405. Takes 8 seconds to base, so that's 413. And then with home guards, it takes around 10 seconds to run here. Well, I'll even say it's higher. I'll say it's 15 seconds. So you'll be at Gromp at 428. Okay, and I think it's gonna be less, but let's just say 428 just for the argument. You started this Gromp at 420, so you'd be here 8 seconds slower, right? But you're gonna kill this. But as long as you kill Gromp and Wolves 4 seconds faster, that's your 8 seconds you lost. And having pickaxe, longsword, whatever, I guarantee you're gonna kill this ground 4 seconds faster. So you're actually gonna be
Mm-hmm.
faster in the long run. Um, and obviously after wolves, let's say Jax randomly right now ganks top, right? Random thing. Now if you base, you could just start dragon right away on spawn. But If you gank stop, you can't start dragon because you just have no items. You know what I mean? So you're taking away
Hmm.
so many potential options from you in the future. If you run this game 1,000 times, there are one alternate universe scenario where Jax ganks top right now. He does Gromp, wolves, and then he stops fighting, and then he goes bulls to top. And right now, you would start dragon with the items, but since you did the base, you just couldn't because you're just not gonna be able to solo it because you have no items. It makes sense?
Yeah. Also, the reason I went Eclipse first sight in this game, specifically because I saw I had to fight Jax and
Uh,
get on top, and I wanted a bit more
yeah, that's fine. I,
skirmishing potential.
I don't know much about the Fury build, so I think I assume that Eclipse is fine.
Mostly
Uh,
for the shield, just to give me a chance to stay longer in the fight.
I think here you should open to Krugs. I think opening Raptors is wrong, right? Because you're gonna be clearing downwards no matter what, right? When you do Raptors, it's an upwards clear because you're gonna do Raptors, Krugs, right? And then after here now, you're obviously across the map from a Scuttle, you're across the map from a Dragon. So this is usually Raptors, Krugs into the top gank. That's usually why you open the
Hmm.
Raptors. But in this case, there is no top gank. Garen's dead. So we should be clearing downwards because after you do Krugs Raptors, what's your next game spawning? Well, it's blue buff. It's or Scuttle, right? And where's the objective on the map? It's Dragon. So you'd always want to do Krugs, then Raptors, and then here you could do blue, you could do Scuttle, or you could do Dragon. You have three different options, right? If you go Raptors to Krugs, you're going to be across the map from all of these options, and it's going to feel really weird walking
Hmm.
all the way from Krugs to Scuttle, right? So here you should just open the Krugs. The only reason you'd open the Raptors is if you're worried he's going to invade you. But why would he invade a 2-0 Naafiri who he just died to, right? And you have mid prio and top prio. So I think it's unrealistic to assume he'll invade you here, you know? So here, because yeah, like you're gonna do Raptors Krugs, and now boom, we're across the map. Like normally, if you just finish Raptors, now you're 10 seconds from from Scuttle. But now we're basing for there's nothing to base for. We buy a single long sword view base. It's such a shit base, right? So now you cross country, Jax ins, oh, nice, kill this guy.
Yeah, I just had the feeling he was gonna get ganked by Jax.
Yeah,
That's why I decided to go mid.
I mean, you have. I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, either way, you have to go mid to get your bot camp. Try the
Yeah,
scuttles
yeah,
up. There's blue up. There's. It's not like you just did some crazy path to predict it. Like you're walking boss anyways for these
yeah,
camps.
yeah.
So as you're walking, you notice he's fighting. So you start walking towards the fight. It makes sense. I think if you were gonna pull this dragon, you should just pull it now. Skip scuttle, right? Like every second you
Hmm.
not pull dragon is a second he can respawn and get here in time, right? If this scuttle would give you like level 7 or gives you level 6, it makes sense to do it, right? So you're strong enough for the fight, but this scuttle gives you nothing. It doesn't give you level 7. You're obviously already level 6. So I would just do dragon, the priority. And then after dragon, then I'll do the scuttle. But why would I? These extra what? Every second counts. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, right? Now, if we started the dragon 10 seconds earlier, would it be 4k HP or would it be like 2k HP right now, right?
I
Uh,
think I actually looked at my. I didn't have a smite. If you look when I started Scuttle, I think that's why I delayed it.
yeah, but I
Like I
mean,
had like 20 seconds on the Scuttle,
doesn't
and then
matter.
you
I mean,
said,
it's gonna take you 18, 20
mhm,
seconds to get this dragon low enough to get smite range, anyways, right? So I
mhm.
don't think it really matters. I think this dragon right now, boom, you just smite this dragon right now, it would be dead, and then you just leave, or then you hit the scuttle. I just don't like the idea of turning this into a fight when you have no ult, you have no ignite. Jax could show up, it's a 3v3, um, and then it's just you're relying on your teammates to play it well. Obviously, enemy team plays it badly. It's just more, non-guaranteed fights.
We're just dancing.
Hmm. Because I mean, you saw how long we've been here, and even then, at the very end, it still became 50-50. Like he had a just as much of a chance to smite this as you did, right?
Yeah,
So I think if we pull this, and I also think that when you go Eclipse is such a crazy. There's some items that are like, how do you say? They're obviously a spike, but they're not like huge. Like for example, you could say like lethality items when you could say when let's say you sit on like a bastion breaker, let's say you're building it like and you're sitting on a brutalizer dirk are like amazing components. So even when you finish the item, yes, you are spiked, but it's not like you went from being weak to strong because when you have brutalizer and dirk, you still feel really strong because those are like great components, right? Eclipse is kind of like the opposite, where it's not that pickaxe longswords are bad, but comparing the components of Eclipse to the actual completion, the completion is like a huge spike. It gives you the shield, gives you, gives you the proc, gives you everything. So I think when you're this close to Eclipse, like I think you're only like 100 or 200, like you're a couple hundred of gold off, like you'll get off your bot camps. I really like. It's not that you're weak now. You are still stronger than Jax now, but let's say right now you're, if we were gonna say into numbers, let's say you're an 8 and Jax is a 6. If we just do dragon, blue, ground wolves based for Eclipse, you'll be like a 9.5 and he'll be a 6. Like it's not like you're gonna be like so much stronger, right? So anytime you're this close to a diamond spike, that's why I just want to do the dragon ASAP and just dip. I don't want this to be an extended fight where I have no ult, and we're just dancing and dancing and dancing because we basically start this like sequence right now at 6:20, and when does this all end? This all ends at 750. Like we've been here for a minute and 30 seconds. Think about how much you could have done in a minute and 30 seconds. You could have killed fucking all 5 camps, base for Eclipse, got level 8, got your item, and then potentially pull dragon, and then the dragon would be like a guaranteed fight. It's not even like a maybe fight. It's like a guaranteed winning fight because you're just so unbelievably stronger. Where it's not like a you have to outplay them or they have to misplay. It just you're just going to stat check them. You could literally play the fight incorrectly and you'll still win because your number. League's just a math game. Your numbers are simply so much higher than the enemy numbers. Does that make sense? So anytime you're this close to an item, like again, Eclipse is 1325. Before you start this dragon, like you had 800, so you're 500 gold off. So you literally get off a full clear. Blue, ground, wolves, red, whatever. Base, get Eclipse, and boom, now I could one shot this dragon. So I think either A, skip Scuttle and just completely like insta pull it with the intention of just killing it before Jax gets here, or if you want to do Scuttle, I think at this point don't do the dragon, just do Scuttle, and then tell Swain to drop a ward on it, so make sure Jax doesn't sneak it, and then you'll just full clear up blue, ground, pool, whatever, get your item, base for item, and now you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do grubs, you could do dragon. You're gonna have your ult back up. I don't see a world where you have Eclipse purchase and your ult back up and you don't win a fight. It's impossible. But I do see a very realistic world you take a fight with no ignite, no ult, and just these random components. And now you are strong, still strong on the Jax, but you're definitely not like, wow, Jax can't even fucking get near me. I'm just going to fucking demolish a moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because this in total, this ends up being 1 for 1, uh, 2 for 3. So 3 of you die, and 2 of them die. You kill Tarek and Nyla. I'm sorry, and they're AD carry, and you guys and they killed 3 of you. So they end up getting 3 for 2. Plus they got your shutdown. So in reality, it's like 4 for 2. So you're getting a dragon for 4 for 2. It's not that it's not worth. If you have to ask me, what would I rather have 2 dragons or 2 kills or a dragon? I'd probably get the dragon. But I think it's unnecessary. I think you can get that dragon normally without ever having to die for it, without having to trade kills, without having to give your shutdown. Blah blah blah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we clear up. As we're clearing up, we know spots fighting, so we run over to help out. Nice, good. Kill him right before Tarek. I think obviously you should hold your Tarek. I mean your ult before Tarek ult expire, but that won't matter. He'll still die. He did the grubs, but not a big deal because you got the dragon, so it's chill. Not sure. I guess you see him ganking tops, you want to counter gank him, but I think this is kind of pointless. You'll never kill him. He'll always jump away. And again, you have no ult, no ignite, so this is not exactly. You have no ult, no ignite, 1,000 gold in inventory. That doesn't exactly scream to me nice. And I have camps up. Like, there's no reason why I would choose to skip my camp. Again, I only want to skip camps for guaranteed plays. This is never guaranteed, right? Like, you don't have your ult to
Mm-hmm.
chase him down. You don't have flash to go over walls. Obviously, he has a ward hop. We could have just been on Raptors right now, and now we're on red buff, and now we're on Krugs, and now we're basing with our 1.4, and now we're running straight to bot. And I think anytime you press ult on this Vigor, he'll just die, right? The longer you waste, more time you waste, then now we're instead of being base already, now we have to kill these camps. And look, for example, right now, Nyla dies to Tarek. I mean, to Veigar. This is not your fault. It's not your fault this guy died. But if we didn't waste our time, right, and just did Raptors right now, and Red right now, and Krugs right now, and base, you'd be probably on Swain's character model, and now you'd not this guy dies still, but you'd clean up, probably kill ult this guy. He dies to literally one ult. Then you'll kill Tarek, and boom, it's a double kill. And now you're just insanely fed, right? So the
Yeah.
TLDR is just don't you
Uh,
don't want to waste time unless it's for guaranteed plays. There's no way you look at this Jackson River here and say, oh yeah, this is a guaranteed kill. No ult, no ignite. This guy has a ward hop. You know?
Yeah, I think my decision was because I saw him patting top. I actually thought he was gonna gank more than was just trying to be there
Yeah.
in case he actually does
There's
counter
champion
gank,
specific. I
but
think if
he
it's
obviously doesn't.
if you had a different top laner, I think it makes sense. But since it's Mordekaiser, if Drax ganks
Hmm.
Mord will just ultimate kill him. He can't really gank Mord, you know.
Hmm.
So I think it's just champion specific. If your top laner is like let me think. You have Varus top, for example, then I think this makes more sense to me that you're playing this like defensive route, you know.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I think I'm wasting some time, and then Nilo dies, and then Swain actually ends up dying too. So I don't think you would have prevented the Nilo kill, but I definitely think you would have saved Swain's life if you just based and played into bot earlier. I also think that every single bot play has worked this game. Like, obviously you saw when you ulted the Veigar, this guy just immediately fell over and died. So that sounds like a super easy target. I don't think Garen is particularly easy for you to kill. He has 600 movement speed when he crosses Q. You have no CC. Veigar is immobile. You have the invulnerability for his cage. Bot's been perma fighting. Blah blah blah. I think we're just wasting so much time topside. We spent 30 seconds chasing a Jax that got nothing. Now we spent 30 seconds hovering this guy. Actually, it's somewhere like 45 seconds to get nothing as well. So that's 30 plus 45. Basically, a minute and 20 seconds we spent just doing this. You know, I think this entire time Wolves are already dead, Gromp's already dead. You're starting Scuttle on spawn. If Ballin starts fighting, you're again instead of being here right now, you would have been here, and they start fighting. Boom, you're ulting in, or something like this, ulting in, right? And if you win this bot fight, guess what? You're getting this dragon, right? Which is the second dragon. And now you have second dragon at 12 minutes, winning bot lane. But in this case, their bot lane's died again. Again, it's not your fault that they're getting solo killed, but I genuinely think this one and the last time were both super preventable if you're just playing on the correct side of the map. I think playing for Valiant is the
Oh,
correct people to play for.
like,
Mhm.
did you see that queue? I have no idea why the hell it went that way.
Let's see.
Oh, the Tarek.
What do you mean? That's where your mouse is, no?
He shot it towards mid lane for some reason.
Yeah, this one, this mouse. That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
this all makes sense. I think it's just like it's important to press tab and just realize who is easy to gank, who should I be playing for. Okay, I'm obviously a Vigor counter because Vigor's only type of CC or like way to like his only safety tool is his cage, which I counter because I can always like invulnerable go through it like you just did, right? Um, and then also like this, yeah, this example, perfect example, and also he's mobile, so I can just ult on him, and there's nothing he can do to stop me from getting on him. Because again, normally he just has cage, but I'll just do that to his cage. So bot lane is basically free kills. Mid is kind of hard because mid, first of all, Yasuo's just stuck under tower, so you can't dive him. Plus, Yasuo has like 20 dashes. Garen's also stuck under tower. Plus, Garen has his tenacity W, moves beyond his Q, etc. So I think we're just playing for the wrong lane. It's like who would have guessed we go bot lane and boom we get a kill, right? I just think now it's harder because you have no ignite. So yeah, I think in the last 3 minutes your Nyla's died 3 times and your Swain's died twice. Um, this might be a bit too much. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the second you see,
I fucked up.
obviously Jax is dead and you see territory speed here, even though you're low too, I probably just do like Gromp to heal up and then do like even now like right here, I think you could just like leave and now you can just loop around and go for free dragon. Turk has the base, he's 1 HP. Their Jax is dead, their mid's dead. So who's gonna stop you on Dragon? Only person that can stop you is Veigar. There's no way Veigar is going to leave bot lane to walk up river and start throwing Qs over the wall of Dragon, right? So I think here even now you can just loop around and just start Dragon right away. You have mid advantage, you have support advantage. Support's gonna be here in 15 seconds, while their support's gonna be in base 15 seconds for now, right? So I think right now it's really simple. Their enemy Dragon was dead. They have no smite. I'll just play for Dragon, right? I think you're a bit overzealous here trying to
Overextending.
2v1 them and no ult, and you're like emoting him or something. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Even if
I'm
you
being
didn't,
an asshole.
even if you didn't take that last Q, I think you'd still be healthy enough. Like even from this HP, you'd still be healthy enough to just solo Dragon, because you're Naafiri. But when you take this Q, because you definitely can't solo Dragon. So and then you run in and die, and then Veigar gets another kill. So I think in the last 3 minutes, Veigar's gotten he just got 2 kills on you, which is plus it's more like 4 kills because shutdowns. Plus he killed Nyla, plus he killed Swain, plus he killed like he just got like 6 kills in the last 3 minutes. So when it combined with Tarek. So and then you lost Dragon. So I definitely think that this entire like supplemental fought from literally what is it from right now from this 10-minute mark right here, technically from 9:50 to 16 minutes. So the 6 minute or sorry 7 minute time frame is where I think the game not didn't get flipped on its head per se, but I think you went from having a very commanding, strong snowballing lead to now the game's even because yes, you're strong and Volleyball strong, but they have a super fed bot side now, which I think is super preventable. Just from wasting time top side, playing for the wrong lanes. Because like, every single time you ult on this Veigar, and you have some teammates around you, it's always worked out, right? It's just literally freebies. I haven't seen a single top jungle or mid play workout yet. Yeah, so tries to kill you on wolves. You're in the way. Oliver comes. Oh, nice dodge. Base right him. Start Dragon because Herald because Jax is dead. Makes sense. Play for Dragon next. Clear Krug's base. Now play into Dragon. Team's dying a lot. Not really in our control. And that again, I don't think I would ever use my ult on this guy. Like I think I'm saving my ult pretty extensively just for this Veigar. A, he's their most fed member, so obviously you want to focus their most fed member. B, he's also their most immobile member, right? He also has dashes. I guess this guy also has flash up, which we don't know about. He didn't do it well, but you normally like he could win well with Q, and then I think you'll also never kill him. Um, so I think it's way more important to save your ult for their not only their strongest member, but also the guy that you counter, right? We've talked about how you counter him because you get invulnerable to his cage, and obviously if his cage is down, you can just ult him and kill him. So I think this is going mid. You use your ult and your ignite, and now there's a fight bot. There's no way you're gonna win this fight without ult and ignite, right? You just that's it's too important for your champion skit. I think even now, like if you notice bot, if you had ult and ignite, it looks like they're fighting bots. So even right now, you could skip dragon and just go in 2v3 bot, right? There's nothing more OP in League than number advantage. So now there's three of you. One, two, three. Only two of them. It's just Tarek and Veigar. You know that because you see Jax and Garen here, and you made Yasuo base. So you know that literally no one can help these guys. So now if you had ult and ignite, you have a guaranteed 2v3. You double kill these guys, and then you get the free dragon. Uh, but obviously now you can't because you have no ult, so you do. I agree with doing the dragon. But again, Nyla dies, and I think their bot lane is just getting out of control. And obviously now at this point, now their team is able to help their Veigar. So I think everything in this spot to me revolves around wasting time and target selection. Like I think you should have had in your mind a long time ago. Veigar is the priority. I'm saving my ult for him. I'm only ganking him. Um, but you kind of ignored him for a while, or went for ulted Yasuo. Oh, did other things, and now I think this Veigar is simply too fucking strong. Um, so yes, we could say bot cap because your volume did die 2v2. It's not like they got ganked; they just lost their lane themselves. That's not incorrect. But usually the biggest thing is the biggest thing junglers like to ask themselves in VOD reviews is, was it preventable? If the answer is no, like every single time your bot died, you literally couldn't have been there. Like you had top camps up, you had no bot camps up, and sometimes there are just bad timings where these lanes are just ungankable. I think in this game, 100% you could have been on bot lane at the correct timers to make a difference, but you were just tugging your dick topside and just wasting time. But that's for the early game. This is obviously obviously this game is not lost yet. This is an amazing Baron sneak. You and Volgar are really good at doing this. So that's really fucking nice. Um, base for item. Yeah, kind of the same thing I've been saying. Um, I'm kind of just always saying again, either saying my for Yasuo. At the very least, I'm always waiting to see like Veigar combo, like waiting for his cage, waiting for his ult, waiting for to see Veigar at least not in the area A, or to see his most of his cooldowns be used B, and then I'm full sending it. If Veigar has cage up, ult up,
Mhm.
I'm never ulting in ever. If I just saw Veigar cage this guy and ult this guy over here like randomly, then fuck it, I'll full send on Yasuo because I know Veigar won't be able to follow up on me. But I think one for one for Yasuo when you have Baron is super not worth. It's one of those things where you're up 2 levels on him. You're level 14 jungler to a level 12 soul laner. Your life is worth way more than his life. And I want you to imagine now they have no Terra Call, no Cage, and now you didn't go in, and now you ult on this Veigar. You ult on him. Boom, you kill Veigar. You probably win this fight. Because as long as Veigar's not alive, I don't know how the enemy team wins because he's most of their damage, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so again, it's something. This is what I've been saying all VOD. I think you need to press tab and recognize the target selection. Who's the fed guy? Who do I counter? Obviously, if you press the tab now, it's really obvious. Level 14 80 carry, level 12 mid laner, 3 and 7, 14 5, 3.5 items, 1.5 items. There's no world where you're not saving ult for this guy. It's just not happening. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just, and I think when you got Baron, that was actually a way back in the game. But here you guys basically get aced, lose your Baron, lose bot inhib and 2 towers, and now I think the game is kind of fucked again. Let's watch this fight. Jax is dead, so they have no smite. Should be a free dragon. Smite. Yeah, nice. Again, a good example. You see, he wastes his cage here on someone that's not you. Um, and he uses his flash. Now he's no cage, no flash. You ult on him. Wow, you one shot him. Who would have guessed, right? Uh, and then guess what? Veigar is dead for the fight, so you win the fight. Who would have guessed as well, right? So every fight that Veigar dies first, or his abilities are down, you win the fight. Every fight that you aren't thinking about Veigar, you lose the fight. I think here obviously it's an overtrade. I think you should be happy with
Just for
you know take small
stupid
wins.
reason.
In this case, it's actually not even it's not even a small one. It's a big one. You got 2 kills. You got Dragon. You got Vigor Flash. You have Death Stance in base. Death Stance only 1,000 gold. You obviously have way more than that. So I think you should happily base here. You have 6 camps as well. You'll base here, get your item, full clear. You'll be level 16, and you'll be on your way to your 4th item. But obviously that's a pretty bad death. And now
Yeah.
they take all your camps because you're dead, or most of them, so you have no map control. This looks next fight decides the game, and in this case, looks like your team just got caught. Now the game's over. So yeah, no, I think to me the biggest thing is the early game, wasting time, A, and B, it's target selection, and C is just still kind of selection wise, but not target selection in fights. It's more like press tab, who do I focus, who do I gank, who do I hover. You kind of spent from the 9 minute mark to 16 minute marks for 7 minutes. You perma hover minute top when I think Garen is realistically ungankable, while Veigar Tarek was super gankable and or just counterable. So I think that's the takeaway. I think you could have stopped Veigar from getting fed, and that would have won you the game. Any questions?
Mm. No, I think I